This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, it's 8:30. Let's stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, all. This is the Mitchell County Board of Supervisors meeting. We're at the Mitchell County Courthouse in Osage. The meeting is available by GoToMeeting also. We have an agenda in front of us. Are there any corrections needed? Otherwise, I'll accept the motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Mayor, motion, is there a second?
Second.
Harto seconds. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approved minutes of the August 29th, 2023 meeting. Any corrections needed? Otherwise, I'll accept the motion to approve them.
Just a correction to add Lindsay for Assistant Mitchell County Auditor
Okay,
at the end,
because she was
because she
here
took
for
notes halfway through.
Okay. So correction would be to add Lindsay in there also. Anything else?
I
Otherwise,
can't
we'll
say her
accept the
last name
motion.
properly.
Brian makes a motion. Second that. Change. Hendrickson is seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none.
Roll call, Todd,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Sydney,
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Jim.
Aye. County attorney's not with us today. Sheriff update.
Good morning. I don't have much. Just one item, deputy hit a deer with his relatively new truck.
Oh.
Oh, no.
So I'm gonna go into the shop. So, we'll get some estimates on it today and then we'll be on commission for 7 to 10 days, I suppose, while they repair it. So price of doing business, but you hate to get that call. Nothing really we can do about it. So, other than that, I guess I don't have too much. If you have questions for me, happy to answer them.
Is it the black one?
It was. Yeah, it sure was. All right.
Was he going to speed limit?
I believe that he was. He hit it on the gravel road, actually.
Oh, that's
Kinda
too
hard.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So anyway, that's really all I've got. So,
Thank you
all right,
much.
thanks.
Thank you.
Department head discussion. Departments in here, anything?
Anything on mine?
Yeah, I don't hear any department head discussion. Anything from the board? Okay. County engineer update. Rich said he's gonna maybe be late because of the Worth County meeting, so he might jump in at a later point. So you wanna help me watch for him, Sydney, when he comes online here, but
Yes, I can do that.
thank you.
Move on.
Yeah, set public hearing date for, set hearing date for vacation of property in Little Cedar. So we had this come across our board a while back. There's a couple strips of land in town of Little Cedar that originally were platted for roads and an alley, and actually one of them is not being, I believe, is actually have crops on it, so they're not really being used for what they were platted for. One's 66 foot wide, runs 366 feet long. It's on the west side of block 6 and 7, and the other is 20 feet wide, running 200 feet long. It's on the south side of blocks 3, 4, 5, 6, and block 7. So we have a resolution. We can approve it by resolution. I'll read the resolution. And Rachel put together a notice of public hearing. I'm not going to read that, but that's what will be that's what will be publicized. So resolution number 1191-23, resolution setting hearing for vacation of property in or around Little Cedar, Iowa, composing at least some of Western Avenue and other land, Mitchell County, Iowa, and setting public hearing. Whereas a request has been filed with the Mitchell County Board of Supervisors asking that action be taken to vacate and convey real estate of Mitchell County, Iowa, described as follows. Vacated Western Avenue, 66 feet wide, running 366 feet long, along and extending past the west line of blocks 6 and 7 of Wolf's Addition to Little Cedar, Mitchell County, Iowa. And a strip of land 20 feet wide, running 200 feet long, along the south line of lots 3, 4, 5, and 6 in block 7 of Wolf's Addition to Little Cedar, Mitchell County, Iowa. Now therefore be it resolved that a hearing on the proposed vacation and conveyance will be held at 8:45 a.m. on the 19th day of September 2023 in accordance with Iowa Code 354.23 and 331.305. And if we approve it, it's passed this approved date, 5th of September 2023. So I will accept a motion to approve resolution number 1191-23.
I'll make that motion.
Anderson makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none.
Roll call, Mike.
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
Todd,
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Cindy.
Aye.
Motion carries. Harlan, were you gonna, discussion of possible action on home-based, that's, Jenny, you're probably here for the, Harlan, are you here for the,
No, I'm here for something that doesn't look like it's on the agenda.
okay, all right.
Probably the same thing William was here for, is that,
Abate. Is that tax abatement?
Yeah.
That was last
Oh,
week.
yeah, we did that.
that was last week, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He showed up also for it, for the, St.
Today.
Ansgar one, but,
Oh, okay. So you got that done last week?
yep, it's been approved.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm here for.
Okay, all right.
Let it know, go up.
Well, that's what he said too, so I don't know how, what happened.
She sent out the right.
So it was done, and that's good.
Yeah,
Thanks.
You bet. Well, is Jenny gonna be here for those items, do you think? Do you know? Was she talking about that, or?
I don't know.
You want me to see if she's here?
Let's do the grounds maintenance tractor, and we can do the license, liquor license, and then by then, if she isn't here, then you could check on her.
We'll do that.
Maybe Rich will be here by then too, so.
Base. Yeah, home base, Iowa. Always come for that, are they?
Well, I was thinking she probably would
Oh, come for that.
speak about that also.
Okay,
So,
yep.
Okay. Number 11, discussion of possible action on quote for grounds maintenance tractor. So we put this on hold, and it came back because we wanted to address this. So Dave searched for 2 different quotes. This is for Kibble, and they submitted a second quote from the first time that we did this. He contacted the other company that quoted it the last time. He's called them 3 different times and they never replied back, so we basically have one quote. And this quote is good until September 13th of 2023. So it is for a John Deere X739 tractor. And includes a mower. These are priced out separately, but there's a mower deck, rotary broom, snow blower, and a hard cab. The equipment total is $30,507.19. And then for our existing equipment, which is basically the same, we're just trading what we have in, is we're going to be $10,535 for that. So the balance due will be $19,972.19. So we can talk about it, or I'll accept the motion to approve it.
This is similar to what it was, the other quote was, correct?
Yeah, I think this comes to $150 more is what it was, read in there.
We put it in this year's budget, or are we gonna wait till next year?
I think we had it budgeted for this year. In fact, I know we did, we
think we
budgeted it for
did.
this year.
This for this year and then the truck for next year.
Yeah, this was budgeted for that, Dave's on vacation, right?
Yes.
So we didn't get it done earlier this year and
He was concerned, and legitimately so, Dave was concerned about if there's gonna be expense for the cupola, and so he suggested, well, maybe we just wait and see what happens with the cupola, if we're gonna have to pay for that. He was willing to sacrifice this happening for that, so then we waited, and cupola seems to be done and fixed, and so.
Yeah, we haven't got a bill from people, have we?
I'm not sure. That's crazy.
Shouldn't have, I mean, it should have been a warranty, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll accept the motion for this if the board's interested in doing this.
Well, he needs the good equipment to do the job.
And it's Kibble Equipment is the
Local.
company.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get any, I mean, I went through it and it's like a little bit less money on most of the items, so that probably won't happen again. I move to make that motion.
All right. Brian's made a motion. Is there a second? I'll second it. Any further discussion? Hearing none.
Roll call, Todd,
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Sydney.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Jim.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, we'll go back. Jenny, were you gonna talk on home base Iowa?
Yeah, are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready for all of that stuff. Great. So, discussion and possible action on home base Iowa initiative.
Hello.
Morning.
So as you guys know, Home Base Iowa was here a couple months ago and they were talking, we still needed to provide them with requirements to become, or to be a Home Base Iowa community in Mitchell County. And so what we came up with and my board passed was that we needed to still provide an incentive. As one of our requirements to be a Home Base Iowa community. And so our board passed this incentive. Mitchell County will grant an additional $1,000 in down payment assistance towards the purchase of a home. And to qualify for the $1,000 incentive, the following criteria must be met. They must have valid paperwork stating honorable discharge, and then they must purchase a home in Mitchell County. So that was like one part of it to meet our requirements. And then also back in like 2015, 2016, it looks like 3 signs were put up, 3 Home Base Iowa signs were put up, but it looks like that 4th one, westbound Iowa 9 in Riceville. I'm not sure if it was never put up or what the case was there, but we did find 3 out of the 4 signs, and so we would like to put up a sign westbound in Riceville as well, and that would be about $70 when I talked to the DOT. So I guess what I'm looking for today is approval that when and if we have individuals moving to Mitchell County, that you guys would support and fund this incentive, and then also if you guys could fund that additional sign, that would be really great.
Okay. I saw this on the agenda, so I looked how we would pay for this. This is just an idea. We have a line item in the 99s. It's tourism. And I guess tourism can be defined a number of different ways, but tourism is try to get people to come to our county. There's $21,000 in that line item. Nothing has been used out of it yet this year. We're only 2 months into the year, but I don't personally expect to see a huge influx of people coming in here and getting that $1,000. I mean, I don't.
Because they have to be a veteran for one thing, right?
It has to be a veteran, yeah. So I mean, I guess I don't see it just gonna be used extensively, but that's an option that we could probably use that. Rachel would have the better call on that, but, so there is money available that we could do it.
We'll make a motion for the incentive and the sign.
Okay.
Did you happen to look with Rich to see if it's stashed at secondary?
I know, yeah, I haven't heard anything. I know that one of our board members was gonna look into it, but I don't know we don't know where it's at this point. I haven't heard back from anybody, so it just makes sense to go ahead and get in.
Almost think they'd have 4 of them if they bought 3, they would have had 4 for 4. If it's gone, it's gone.
So that's a state road, so the state will have to put it on?
Yeah, the DOT will do it.
They'll do it.
Yep, I just have to let them know and stuff.
And let's do let's do this item, and then we'll just do the sign. That's a separate item on the agenda. We'll just kind of redo it, but just to be accurate with the agenda, so. So Hendricks has made a motion for this item. Is there a second?
Second.
Marco seconds. Any further discussion? Hearing none?
Roll call, Sydney?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Todd?
And we can just, Mark, good with this motion for this one too?
Yep.
Yep. Cindy also?
Yep.
And any discussion? Hearing none?
$70 for the sign, that probably not the installation, is it also, or is there more for the installation? Or did they just do that out?
I guess I just inquired like how much it would cost to put it up, and they said $70 roughly, so. I don't know if that was just for the sign or for them to,
We probably have to supply the post too, but County Road probably has a post, correct?
I would bet the DOT would have the post, they'd probably do the whole thing. I wouldn't think they would have the
Yeah.
sign though. I think
No, they
you
would
have to have the sign. I don't know, but
I'd have to look into it a little bit more, I guess.
yeah, but we want to do this.
Just do it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none?
Roll call, Jim?
Aye.
Todd?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Sydney?
Aye.
Mark?
Motion carries.
And then the last thing with that requirement was we need to have a home-based Iowa like ceremony or dedication. And so I'll get that scheduled sometime soon and then let you guys know.
Okay,
And then that should be done.
all right, very good. Next item, discussion, possible action on construction loan program.
All right, so we have 2 construction loan applications that were approved by our board last week. The first one is for Andrew Heeman, the project site being 4842 Ocean Avenue in Stacyville, Iowa. The total project cost being $170,000, amount requested was $20,000. And the type of project is a new construction of a farm shop. And when I did the scoring on this one, it was, use of funds. He got 25 points, hiring Mitchell County contractors. We went ahead and gave him the 25 points. And then matching funds, he got 25 points for a total of 75 points. But with hiring Mitchell County contractors, we did give him the 25 points, but he is actually using multiple contractors for that. And most of them are in Mitchell County, but the building is coming from Floyd County itself. But I believe the rest of them are coming from Mitchell County. And so I just went ahead and did give him those points, and then I know that you sent me that email, Jim, about like the scoring and stuff. And maybe here's this, and then if you guys can maybe share this one I just tagged. There they are, for the score, for purposes of scoring. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on that. Like I said, my board went ahead and approved it just because a lot of it was the Mitchell County contractors were part of Mitchell County, but like I said, like that building part is coming from Floyd County.
Okay, so what I mentioned to Jenny, there's 2 different things in regards to the CLP construction loan program. And one of them has to do with we're building things, helping to build things and getting more property tax within the system. The other part of it is that by what we're loaning out, and these people have to pay this money back. There's no interest, but they have to pay it back. But by us loaning it out, we're getting a guarantee that they're going to actually be using stuff within Mitchell County, materials, contractors, banks, that type of thing. Doesn't have to be all the contractors, to build the whole thing. Doesn't have to be all the materials for the whole thing, but there has to be a large percentage of it that does that. And so by us investing the money into these projects, we're guaranteeing that there's gonna be business generated out of Mitchell County, which generates more local option sales tax. So there's two parts to this, and that's why I wanted to touch base with her on the scoring, because I think that's very important. And it scored, so that was my concern, so. How did the other one score, Jenny?
So then the next one is Picker Ullman, and so, he actually scored, it says 75, but I'm pretty sure he got 100 points. He is using all local contractors. Picker Ullman is gonna be supplying a lot of the plumbing, the heating, electrical. Buckwheat and Sons is doing the concrete. He met the requirements of the program to use the funds, to get those 25 points. And matching funds, obviously, 25 points there, so he scored enough
Okay.
points.
All right. Okay. As these come through, I'll be curious on the scoring each time.
Yep, Yep, and I'll make sure and get them scored. I just
Okay.
did it this time, so.
Any questions from the board on any of this?
The only thing I don't like about them is, like I said before, I think they should be income-based. Look at the size of these projects. Do you think they'd happen without this incentive? Yes.
Well, I know like Picker Ullman, I know that they were looking for some funds and I know they were trying to work with the
They're there,
city
why
and
not?
stuff.
Yeah, people don't have to take it.
So I don't know, I know that they were looking for some funds to kind of keep it going and they want to continue to keep it developing. That subdivision that they purchased is, I think it's enough for like 20 homes, and so they want to start with this one, then just keep making progress. But I think, like for them, they were looking for funds to help get program, or get the,
But when things are gonna happen without an incentive, it's not an incentive anymore. It should be to help people that need help, but whatever, they met the criteria, so.
Well, then, I guess I just want to emphasize what I said before, though, is we're getting guaranteed. If we didn't have this, they would have to have as many local contractors, as many materials within the county, that kind of thing. By us incentivizing this and just loaning this out, we're getting the guarantee that they're actually doing some business in Metro County and using our people here. So
Normally assistance
part.
programs are income-based, that's, our thought community action, you want help buying your furnace or help with this, whatever, everything's income-based, and this is, that's just my opinion.
yeah, and I think if you do income-based and I'm not sure if projects could happen because if they're already dealing with like a limited income already, like I'm not
And that's the
sure.
kind
I'm
of
not
people you're trying to help. I
sure
think,
how that would work, I guess.
but, yeah, that's just my opinion, I got my own opinion.
And that's totally fine, but I have mine also.
Yep.
And we approved a $23 million expansion last week, and the Iowa Economic Development Authority for that expansion is going to provide over $1 million in tax incentives. That is not income-based, and that is, so
Right. That's
whether
something
you like
totally
the way things are, I'm not saying you, but whether you like the way things are done anymore, that's the way it works. Because if you don't do it, they're gonna build somewhere else. That's just the simple facts of it.
My
That's my
only concern was Riverside one there, $60,000 was going out of the county. He's not using that contractor, and I haven't seen the contractors for the Pickard one. That wasn't in my packet. The local or not.
I don't think he submitted them, so I actually have an email that said, from him, that said what he was using, because he didn't submit that.
Wanted to see those before I prove that, and this other one, there's places in Mitchell County that have metal in the buildings.
What was that?
The one, there's other contractors in Mitchell County that put up buildings and have metal. So I'm not too keen on going out of county with that much,
Well, I think,
because they're supposed to use stuff out of the Mitchell County to support our local businesses.
That's true. There's 4 categories that they need to score on. So it does not necessarily mean 100% of the materials have to be here. There's,
So if they just use one of those contractors locally, they'll get to 25 points.
depends on the other points also, and it depends on if you really wanted to do it, you'd have to figure out how many contractors are gonna be used to build the thing, and then use that percentage and take that percentage into the 25 points to get the amount of points, if you really wanted to get right down to it.
But if you use one contractor, you'll get to 25 points because they're using a local contractor.
We could also add, I don't know how you word it, but they're both borrowing money from local banks. So that could be put in as contractor in Mitchell County. I mean, they're both borrowing money from,
Well, that's the matching fund, 25 points.
yeah. So here's the email from Picker Ullman. We are using all local contractors. Picker Ullman will be furnishing plumbing, heating, and electric supplies out of Mitchell County. Buckwheat and Sons shop is also in Mitchell County, and they will be providing the concrete. And then for the other application, Heeman, the pad prep and dirt work, or Brum Dirt, and, oh gosh, Mark Duran were done by 2 businesses. The wiring is being done by KFS. The main building bid is through a business that is located in Floyd, and that includes construction. The cement, plumbing, septic, and insulation are all being completed by contractors, businesses in Mitchell County. Interior work will be done by Mr. Heeman.
Okay. So there's, other than the main structure, there's a number of, most of it's local contractors generating business in the county.
The main structure of Floyd County then?
For the main building,
Main building.
Isn't that what our building that we put up across the street was? Did we get that in Mitchell County?
Spawn and Rose, wasn't it?
I thought it was somebody you found that,
The contractor was out of county, yeah.
okay,
It's all fine.
pardon me.
That's the only piece of people we could find to bid on it, yes. Was a couple, or,
Well, I will open this up if anybody wants to make a motion to approve these. If you guys don't want to approve these, vote no. So I'll accept a motion to accept applications of the construction, 2 applications of the construction loan program.
I'll move to make that motion.
Ryan's made a motion. Is there a second? Harto is seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none.
Roll call, Mark,
No,
Sydney. Aye. Todd,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
Mike.
no,
Rich is online.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, motion carries. Rich, you with us?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. What do you have?
Oh, not a whole lot. The one thing I got on an email on Saturday from the DOT that had something to do with the governor coming to the county. She does a 99 county stop, and there's 7 counties remaining on her tour yet for this year. I think it's Worth and Mitchell and Winnebago and Hancock and Floyd are a couple of the 7 that are left. They're asking if, and they don't necessarily have to be transportation projects, but something that might be economic development or something that might be good for her to stop at. I think the DOT has thrown out some things for her to look at for project wise, but I didn't know if, and we were supposed to turn this stuff in on Monday. So they this email on Saturday, and then I want us to turn it on the end of Labor Day. So we can still turn stuff in today if they can, and they can still forward it on if they're still looking for stuff. But I didn't know if the board had any thoughts on anything they thought maybe the county board was working on, or maybe some cities had some ideas on some stops for any economic development or any projects. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head on what might be a good stop. If we don't have anything, we don't have anything. They'll figure something out on their own, but thought I'd offer that up to you guys if there was something I could send back to the DOT on.
So a thought, Rich, and I'll refer to Jenny also, economic development. We have our infill lot program for economic development, and we just approved 2 construction loan programs that the county has utilized to help build things here. Those could maybe be 2 stops that, to show what we have and what we do.
Okay.
The infill lots, a couple places where we actually demoed a house, paid to demo a house and what's been built. That would be in Osage, other areas. That's a thought.
I wonder if, well, and I don't know, this be if Valent or A to Z had something going on too, since they seem to be hot
Exactly.
topics too. But I'll throw some of that stuff out there if there's even time for them to even understand it, and then I'll probably maybe have them get in contact with Jenny if there's something there with
Okay.
contact.
Yeah, as you said, the A to Z, the $23 million expansion that they're doing, I mean, that's just on the south side of Osage. That's a great example also where we're helping, and the Iowa Economic Development Authority, because of our willingness to help, they threw in money too. So that's a good example.
Okay, that's all I was jumping on there. I think so any other business, I think our road stripers, they've at least dropped off materials here for the beads. I don't know if the paint's here yet. I guess I didn't look in the salt shed, but that should be coming up pretty soon too. So everything's dry. We're getting some of the digging and stuff done yet since it is dry, but just business as usual. I've got the annual report to finish up yet. Project closed. So kind of a brief update, I guess, but.
Okay. Any questions for the engineer? Okay, I think we're good, Rich.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you much. Yep. We got everything down. We're on item 12, approved liquor license for Lucky Wife Wine Slushies. So the legal name of it is Moni Joe's LLC. And the name of the business is Lucky Wife Wine Slushies. The address is 3339 Iowa 9. It's in Riceville. Has contact person down. It's a special Class C retail alcohol license for 5 days. And they have insurance listed. I'll accept a motion to approve the liquor license.
Make a motion for liquor license?
Nixon has made a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mayor seconds. Any further discussion? Hearing none.
Roll call, Jim,
Aye.
Todd,
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Sydney. Aye.
Motion carries. Items of note, meetings attended. I have nothing to report.
I don't have anything to report except the landfill 50th anniversary will be September 23rd, and they have it posted in newspapers, online. Everyone to come, get a free meal, get a tour. I think they're opening the pond to go fishing, so
The pond?
please attend.
Where's the pond?
Right in front,
Oh,
as you drive in, it's to
Oh.
your right.
is there fish in there?
Yes,
Big fish?
I think so.
Good.
You bring your grandkids,
Yeah. September 20th.
September 23rd.
I had nothing.
I had nothing.
I had nothing.
Okay. Manure management plan update.
All right, we have a couple of them. One is at 3024 State Line Street in Riceville, 4186 and 4150 Kirkwood Avenue in Osage, and 1960 410th Street in Osage.
Thank you. Public comments.
I had a comment about, this home-based incentive program. That's for everywhere in Mitchell County. And you have to be a veteran. And what's the amount of money?
$1,000.
$1,000. If anybody moves into Mitchell County.
Towards the purchase of a home,
Towards the purchase of.
Towards.
adding down payment. Any other public comments?
But if the governor's coming here, maybe she can explain why she's, pulling tax funding away from rural areas. Be a good question for her.
Absolutely would be.
Anything from anybody online? Good. Meeting is adjourned.